cloudburst in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa on August 15 wasn't just another monsoon tragedy. It exposed something far deeper: how climate change and failed governance collide, with the poorest paying the highest price. By August 19, over 340 people have died in KP. The district of Bunir alone lost more than 200 lives. A bustling bazaar was swept away. Livestock and homes vanished in minutes. Even the rescuers weren't spared. A helicopter sent to save lives crashed, killing 5 crew members. Scientists have long warned. Rainfall in the Himalayan belt is intensifying by 10 to 15% because of the climate change. But in Pakistan, unplanned hillside construction and weak regulation turned heavy rain into deadly landslides. Natural hazards become human-made disasters because this is not just about nature, it is about choices. Pakistan contributes less than 1% of global emissions, yet remains among the most climate vulnerable countries in the world. But pledges of international climate finance are slow, inadequate, and often stuck in bureaucracy. And at home, governance is failing. Instead of investing in the disaster risk reduction, resources are funneled into big-ticket projects that win political points but do little to protect rural communities. The impact is not equal. Women and children face the harshest consequences. Pakistan ranks last, 148 out of 148 countries on the Global Gender Gap Index 2025. In this disaster, pregnant women in Dagar were carried on charpais through waist-deep water only to find the clinic destroyed. Maternal deaths and infant malnutrition went unrecorded. Of a rupees 291 billion development budget, less than 1% is earmarked for women's health, education and relief. Relief camps rarely account for women's privacy, childcare or healthcare. Their unpaid labor doubles during crisis, yet it remains invisible in government data. And the Pakistan's tax system worsens inequality. The poor shoulder the burden through consumption taxes, while elites block wealth redistribution. The government did collect rupees 14.4 billion through a capital value tax, showing reform is possible. But Muhyiddin Azam says in his Business and Finance article that political will is missing. He also pointed out that the environmental budget was slashed by 47% in fiscal year 2026, cut in half at the very moment when climate disasters are escalating. Yes, rupees 500 billion has been allocated for relief. Yes, tents and rations are being distributed, but relief is not reform. When schools collapse in Shangla, children lose years of education. When bridges in Mansehra wash away, entire communities are cut off. When livestock in Bajor vanish, families fall into debt. These are not natural outcomes. These are the failures of governance. Resilience requires a structural change: land reform to dismantle feudal monopolies, gender-responsive budgeting, progressive taxation to prepare funds, and urban planning that does not favor elites at the expense of the poor. Because until Pakistan's silence on inequality is broken, every monsoon will replay the same story with higher cost, deeper scars, and life lost not just to storm but to neglect. That's a wrap for now. If you want to read the original piece, we have linked in the description below.